Is it Rick? A little bit of contact there from Scott. He muscles his way past.
Contact.
Into the back of...
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Hello race fans, and welcome back to another round of the V8 Supercar Americas Series presented by V8 Online. I am JD Smith. Tonight with me to call the action, my great friend Kane Kraft. Kane, welcome to the broadcast, buddy, as we get ready to head out to the northern part of that great state of New York here in the United States to a legendary track here in the USA. It is none other than Watkins Glen. Every time we come here, Kane, it is amazing, and we're going to see that again tonight as we head to Watkins Glen for the classic boot configuration. It's been a little while since we've seen this, and the guys are going to have to make that run short. Only 18 laps tonight. How are you? Welcome to the show, buddy, and let's get ready for some racing. How are you?
Doing good. You mentioned it's been a long time since we've been here. It's been well over a year. It's been 2014 Season 2 was the last time that we ran this configuration, and it was a fantastic race, so I'm expecting this one to be a firecracker as well. A lot of fun here tonight at Watkins Glen on the long circuit. It's going to be great. I do want to take a second to welcome the viewers. I think we've only got a few connected so far, but welcome, guys. Pleasure to have you back with us one more time.
Yeah, man, glad to have everybody here tonight for the action. Like you said, Ken, it's going to be an amazing run tonight. Really looking forward to a lot of the talent out there. In years past, now you got me saying years, but yeah, in years past when we have run at Watkins Glen, no matter what the configuration, it seems we have extremely tight, packed fields. A lot of these times they're separated by only hundredths of a second instead of tenths. It is very tight, it's fun racing, and it's very intense, and I'm very, very excited about only running 18 laps. I think we'll be tightly compacted all the way to the end of the race, and I think that the viewers are in for a treat tonight. Guys, if there's something about the broadcast you want to know or anything you want to say, we'd love for you guys to comment throughout the race. It always adds for us, and it adds for you guys, so if you want to comment during the broadcast, that is perfectly great. We'll be happy to answer your questions the best of our knowledge. As always, you know, we don't know everything, but what we do know, we'll be happy to share. And I'm looking forward to this one tonight, Kane. We got to look, and this thing is running out. Our season is really slipping out from under us. And we're getting ready to close out our third season of the year, Kane. Is that even right to say? I mean, can we even say that? I mean, we're looking at tonight, and then we'll be at a big race next week as we head to Mount Panorama for 34 laps, and that is going to be how we close out our season. And I'm just telling you, this has been an extremely fast year so far. I can't believe we're about to close out our third season of 2015. Where has the time gone?
It's amazing how quick this season has passed. And we're almost to the last season of the year, which is, I can't even believe that not only has the season went so fast, but this year as well.
It really has. It has just been extremely fast. But anyways, let's look at some of the standings. Kane, do we have those? Before I say let's look at them.
Yeah, we do. Let's check out the top 10, as that's kind of important coming into the last couple of races. We've got Ethan Grigg-Galt up in that number 1 spot. He's really been on fire this season. I think he's won about every race he's been in this season. Marlon McMullen is in second place. Ethan's got 1578. Marlon McMullen, got to slow down so I can say this properly. He's got 1441, so well over 100 points back. Ethan Ford is in third with 1344. Corey Preston up there in fourth Even after a couple of bad races that Corey's had after being sick, he's still up there in 4th place with a 7:59. Marty Carroll, he's in 5th with 7:24. Victor Tanaka's in 6th. Richard Aylward is in 7th. Tony Klushman up there in 8th place in the standings. Jason Quire in 9th. And Dale Niche rounds out the top 10 in the points here in the V8 Supercars America Series.
Very impressive. And I tell you what, Kane, what are our chances of seeing an exciting last week here with the way these points are shaping up?
Say again? I couldn't hear you for some reason. My headset was having static.
I was asking you, what do you think chances are of a tightly contested points race here at the last week, as far as not necessarily for the win, but for 3rd and 4th, 2nd, stuff like that? And I will have to be right back. Can I have a short emergency? I'll be right back, my friend.
All right, well, to answer your question, it is going to be close in the points race there for 4th, 5th, 6th place. It gets really close. So it's really going to be great to see where those points end up coming together. But up at the top, Ethan Grigolt's really got this thing sewed in, and it would be very challenging for anyone to contest with him at this point. We're going to jump into the race here. Give us just a second as we load everything up and JD takes care of his emergency. I want to congratulate Jason Dixon. Last week he won the virtual reality headset. We had a little giveaway with the viewers, and Jason Dixon won the headset. Not sure if he's received it yet, but he was definitely the winner. The American winner gave me his email in the deal. So if you're watching today, Scott, there you are. Scott, you're going to have to give me your email address again so that I can get your headset off to you. It don't save your chat after the race is over, and so I went back to get the email address and it was gone. So find me on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook at Thomas Kane Craft, or you can post your email up here again and I will copy and paste it right away so that I don't lose it. So congratulations to Scott Page and Jason Dixon for winning the virtual reality headset giveaway we had last week. There we go. I was having a little trouble getting some sound, but I think I got it figured out now. JD's emergency seems to be taking a little bit longer. Alright guys, sorry for the delay there in getting things started. I was having just a little bit of trouble getting things going today. We've got them up on the screen now. Let's take a look at how the qualifying's going so far with only 3 minutes 30 seconds left to go. We've got Marcelo Rivera with us tonight. This is the first time I've seen Marcelo here in the V8 Supercars America Series. Great to see him here today. Ethan Greg Golt is in second. Marlon McMullen so far is up in third in the qualifying results. Brett Cananzi is in fourth. Ian Ford fifth. Richard Aylwards in sixth. Tony Klusterman up in seventh. Jim Davies qualified in eighth so far. Joshua Anderson in ninth. Rory Windrum has qualified into that 10th spot so far. Corey Preston 11th. Anthony Mino 12th. Rourke Garcia 13th, William Bailey 14th, Jace McCarthy's with us tonight. He'll be in 15th. Andreas Rao will be starting from 6th place, possibly, as he's in 16th place right now. Alexander Uber is in 17th. Bo Cattell not putting in a time yet. Neither has Dale Niche or Jason Quire. Looks like Dale Niche is on a good flying lap now. We'll see him put in a time here pretty quick. Bo Cattell still not out on the track, and no time in for him. Jason Quire gets a time in. That's going to move him up into that 10th spot. That's going to shuffle Rory down a position down into 11th. Good news for Ethan Greg Golt as he moves up into that number 1 spot, shuffling Marcelo Rivera down into 2nd. And good news for Ian Ford as he jumps up into the 3rd position, shuffling Marlon McMullen down into 4th. Marlon looks like he's on a flyer here and might be going to answer that call. We'll see. That is not a flyer, so Marlon on his flyer now.
Hello, buddy.
There he's back. Thank goodness.
I am, and I really would like to apologize for having to run like that. I can tell you what happened if you'd like, but it was interesting. That's to say, I'd rather hear talk about racing. That was interesting. I had to do a little surgery on myself real quick.
Did you hurt yourself broadcasting the V8 Supercars America Series? Holy moly.
No, I went down to scratch my leg when we were talking, and I felt something different about my leg, and I looked down, and I had this black dot on my leg, and it, almost like if you've ever had I thought it might be like a scab at first or something, so I start picking at it, and it wasn't. So I'm thinking, okay, so I got my flashlight out, all this while we're broadcasting, and I start looking at it, and I said, oh my gosh, it looks like a bug had just embedded itself inside my skin. So I get out the knife and start cutting. And cut the skin back. I'm not trying to gross our audience out, but it was not a bug, thank gosh. I work outside, and it was a thorn that I had just walking through shrubs and bushes and stuff and sticker bushes, and a thorn that was about about a half a centimeter long got jammed in there, and I had to get it out. But I was amazed at how deep it was, and I didn't notice it until I went down there to scratch.
Well, that is definitely an interesting story. Qualifying is over. So let's quickly take a look and see how things finished up. I think you might have missed it, JD, but Marcelo Rivera is with us tonight. He's name that we've been seeing here lately in the main series and in the Premier Series. He's really been on fire this season, and he's really been doing a great job. He's here tonight. He's qualified in second. Ethan Griggold, of course, qualified up in that number 1 spot. Ian Ford qualified in third tonight with Marlon McMullen down in fourth. Brett Cananzi's here with us tonight. He qualified in that 5th position. And Richard Aylward up in 6th. A great qualifying effort for Richard Aylward. Dale Nish up in 7th, up ahead of his teammate Corey Preston in 8th. Tony Klusman in 9th. Jason Quire qualified in the 10th spot. Jim Davey up in 11th. Another great qualifying effort. Jim up in 11th. Rory Windrum in 12th. Josh Anderson in 13th. Andreas Rao in 14th. Anthony Mino in 15th. Rope Garcia in 16th. William Bailey in 17th. Jace McCarthy in 18th. Alexander Uber, if he's Canadian. If he's American, it would be Alexander Hebert. So I guess I'll just have to find out where he's from. But Bo Cattell didn't put in a time. He will start from 20th. Josh Rogers is here tonight again, but he didn't put in a time. 21st. John Eckert is here 22nd.
Fantastic. The guys are getting gridded up as we speak, and I'm getting ready to get this bad boy launched. Once again, your front couple rows, Ethan Griggold, Marcelo Rivera on the front row, Ian Ford, Marlon McMullen on that row 2. In the third row, it's Brett Cananzi and Richard Aylward. And in the fourth row, it'll be Del Nish and Corey Preston. And I am excited. Kane, can Corey Preston have a race without flaws? He's had little bitty things that have given himself such trouble. He has to fight back. In fact, it's been several weeks in a row now where he's had to fight from the back of the pack after a good qualifying run. And let's see how he runs today. Also, very curious to see how Marcelo Rivera does here on the front row. We're going to watch this. It's going to be one heck of a race down into turn 1. The lights are getting ready to come on very shortly, and we'll be underway, guys. 22 cars getting ready to have mayhem right here at Watkins Glen in week number 11 of the V8 Supercar America Series.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a great race. Really glad Marcelo came. That's really going to make a good fight here at the front of this field.
All right, guys, as the lights go out, it's going to be a race down into the turn 1. We're 3 wide already. The Mad Cow Racing Machine down on the inside as we head down into turn 1. All the action, and we're looking all through mid-pack. Make sure everybody gets through turn 1. They do, and it is a tough start right there up front. Look how close Marcelo Rivera is on the bumper of Ethan Griggold, and we got a race for the lead right here in turn 4. Coming down the backstretch now here at Watkins Glen. Oh, a little wide turn there from one of the Apexy machines. And now we got a race for the lead. Here comes Marcelo Rivera. He's going to go to the inside as they get ready to head down through this carousel. And the Way of Life Holden gets around, and actually 2 positions going to be dropped from Ethan Griggold. He's in danger of a third.
Yeah, Ian Ford definitely followed Marcelo around there. That's going to move Ethan back one, but Ethan now to the inside. He's wanting to take that position right back from Ian Ford, and he does get the job done.
Here comes another run down on the inside. On the outside, you're going to lose a spot. Marlon McMullen stuck out there, and he's trying to make his way around the number 3 machine of Ian Ford. They're going to race side by side now as they get ready to head down this little stretch. Ethan Griggold decides to try to take another poke at the lead. It's not going to happen. Back there for third, it's the Demidov Holden and the Ford Falcon, and they are side by side. That is for third. And Ian Ford pulls back up into third, and we got a heck of a race up here in the top, guys. This is just your traditional Watkins Glen. It's only lap 1. We got 18 of these bad boys.
Corey Preston doing a great job tonight. He's got himself up in 5th. Richard Aylward still doing a great job. He's in 6th place. Brett Cananzi in 7th. Dale Neese doing a great job recovering from going a little wide in lap 1.
Okay,
He's in
down
8th.
into turn 1. Sorry, buddy. This is a pass for the lead. What a move. Ethan Grigg-Gault gets the best out of Rivera. Rivera going to try to get him back again. Here they come up through the S's.
Yeah, it's definitely a close battle up here up front for sure. These guys really brought it today. Watkins Glen, it brings it out, don't it?
It really
racing.
does. You cannot take your eyes off the front 4 right now. Ian Ford carrying so much pace as well. He's right up here in the action. He looks like he's ready to take on as well. Through the carousel now, lots of speed being carried through the top 4, single file for now. That's going to change very, very soon. We got another run. Look at how close. I mean, it's just unreal. I'm really liking the way Marcelo Rivera pulls right up on the bumper of our leader, Ethan Grigg-Gault, and he stays right where he needs to in the draft. And on a track like this with long straightaways, that is where you get the most momentum down into the turns. And these are high-speed corners, and that is really, really he's using that to his advantage. And unfortunately, he's in 2nd right now where you'd like to be back up in the lead. He'll get back up there. Oh, a little bit of a slip there from Ethan Grigg-Gault, but somehow finds a little bit of daylight. We got side-by-side racing back a few cars back, and it was Brett Cananzi and Dale Neese who were side-by-side. Cananzi gets the advantage on that one. He'll pull ahead. He's looking ahead right now, Kane, to the Mad Cow machine of Richard Aylward.
I want to mention Josh Rogers just a few spots back there in the 9th position, as we've seen in the starting grid, that he didn't turn in a time, so he started way back at the back, all the way up in 9th already. He and Bo Cattell, who also didn't turn in a time, in 10th.
All right, guys, some trouble to report in this one. Anthony Mino and Andres Rao in the pits. Looks like their days could be over. Damage done to both cars, and another car heading down pit road right now, Jim Davey. And I hate to report that Jim, after a great qualifying effort, has pulled into the pits. There is damage done on the car, and right now the number 16 Holden is hanging in there. We'll see if Davey can get back out on the track very soon. He doesn't want to go down more than a lap here if he can help it.
Trouble
in the
for
Mobil
Ian
1
Ford,
SB Tools.
as he goes wide, allowing Mullen McMullen to get through. It almost looked like a slowdown penalty the way that he let Marlin by. It surely wasn't, but I guess it could have been.
That's going to cost him a little bit of space there. He's going to have to work hard to get back up there with Marlon McMullen. And Marlon McMullen now has his sights set on 2nd place, and we'll keep an eye on him and see how he does today. And Marlon in the Beta Electrical Ford Falcon, a good classic paint there on Marlon McMullen's number 1 Falcon. Got a big old sunbeam right across the roof there. And the number 1 machine is doing good right now. He's focused in. And also, Marcelo Rivera is trying to get back up there and run with Ethan Grigg-Gault. Kane, I think he'll make it too. He has got some really impressive pace.
Yeah, the draft really does wonders here at Watkins Glen. There's such a long straightaway for them. If they can get in the draft, they can really gain a lot of ground in the draft. But if you get out of the draft, man, that can really hurt.
This always has reminded me of this is the road course, Talladega or Daytona. You have to use the draft here. Just like you said, Kane, if you get out, you are toast. This is one track you don't want to be in the fresh air. You want to be right behind somebody, just like we're seeing right now with this train of cars from Dale Neese, Brett Cananzi, and Richard Aylward. The Mad Cow machine of Richard Aylward has been able to hold 6th place momentarily, but he has the 3 cars on his tail right now, and they are all pursuing right this minute. It's fun to watch these guys as they continue to tighten up the run here. They're all 3, though, or all 4, I should say, running down Corey Preston here in 5th. Thus far, Corey able to hold down a top 5 position, and so far he looks good. We'll see if that remains over the course of the remaining laps. We still got another 14 laps left in this one.
I say I'm loving the new livery for Bo-Catel.
That means I need to take a look immediately, because you know me, I love some new skins. And let's check it out. And I don't know if that's the new one yet.
Well, he's
Oh,
in a
yes,
red
it
one.
is. Yeah, that's awesome. The SimWorks Holden, that is awesome. The SimWorks Osram Lightify. That is awesome. The number 4 machine right now, currently in the 10th position as Bo-Catel continues to try to improve on his race at the moment. And currently he is out in the open air, considered how tight the rest of the pack is. He does have a little bit of a threat coming up in the rear. That is the Simability Holden, the number 12 car of Tony Kloosterman, who is starting to make a little bit of ground slowly but surely. And definitely a guy you got to keep your eye on is Tony Kloosterman. He's had some good races here in the past. We'll keep you guys posted. Also, Jason Quire coming up in the Sim Pit Holden. That's the number 9 car for those looking on. That is the yellow, black, and white livery there, and he is coming up the field as well. A little bit further back in the field, side-by-side run right now with Josh Anderson, and he's getting past right now, Josh Anderson coming around Rory Windrum, and they're going to go back and forth continually. This is an incredible battle for 13th position, and Josh Anderson able to get back up there and hang on to the 13th slot. Very good racing from Rory Windrum and Josh Anderson. They're trading positions back and forth.
Another great battle up in that for that 6th position as Brett Cananzi has caught up back up to Richard Aylward, putting some serious pressure on him. Richard on the bumper of Corey Preston, so a big battle here for Corey's spot in that 5th position.
Corey's got to do everything in his power to hang on. He's got so much pressure behind him right now. A small mistake, which is what we talked about right before the drop of the green flag in this one. Also, Ian Ford has been able to slowly kind of gain back up there with Marlon McMullen's number 1 Beta Electrical Falcon. And as the cars head down into turn 1, McMullen can't slip up anywhere. Ian Ford has tremendous pace here at the Glen. He went a little wide down into turn 1, so he's got his work cut out for him, chasing down the fast Marlon McMullen here. Top 3 cars are all have incredible pace.
Yeah, I do want to mention Marcelo Rivera, about out of the draft now. I would think that he is probably completely out of the draft, so that's going to mean Ethan Greg Golt's really going to start pulling away here, and we're going to start seeing this gap really climb.
Yeah, he's kind of at the threshold right now, Kane. He's got to find a little bit of pace somewhere. If he can't find the pace, he's got to do some praying and pray that a mistake comes in front. Just a small one would be enough for him to kind of gather back into the draft from the leader, and he could try to ease his way back up and maybe put some pressure back on Ethan Greg Galt. It can happen, and we got plenty of time for it to happen, but something's got to give.
That's true. We have seen Ethan make a mistake, I think maybe once or twice this entire season, so there is that chance.
This is the Americas. There is always a chance, my brother. It's just a lot less likely. He is something else. Side-by-side action back here in the mid-pack. It is Josh Rogers trying to make a move down on the inside of Richard Aylward. Oh, close to contact there with Bo-Catel. And a great move from Josh Rogers right there in the 8th position. Moving up another slot, so he'll currently ride in 7th, I believe. We'll find out in just a tick here. Oh, we're going to race all the way down to the start-finish line. They'll finally get back in single file. And Josh Rogers is in 7th. Here comes Bo-Catel down on the inside through turn 1. He's got the grip. Can he get the momentum? They're going to continue to remain side by side. They're going to head down towards turn 2. The inside run is with Bo-Catel, but the momentum rides with Richard Aylward. What's going to happen down into turn 3? The momentum switches back and forth through the S's. It is going to be Bo-Catel. Great move. Oh, sideways is almost, what a save from Richard Aylward. Can he come out of the S's into the straight, and the back end of fishtailed on him something awful, and somehow he was able to calm her down and keep her on the track.
That was an amazing save at that speed. So great job to Richard Elward just for keeping that together. That's going to keep him up in that top 10 and what could have been disaster. So great job.
Man, I was supposed to be nice and quiet in this race, and these guys have got me riled up.
Marlon McMullen now under fire from Ian Ford as Ian closes right up almost on the bumper there.
Ooh. Oh, we got another battle, too, back here for 5th place. Corey Preston under threat right now from the SDRT Falcon. It's 2 Fords going at it as he moves in for the side-by-side move. Oh, it's a switcheroo down on the inside. Great move to get around Corey Preston. Corey's back in, gets loose, and it is a successful pass from Brett Cananzi to move into the top 5.
Yeah,
Man, I want to take another look at that.
Josh Rogers want to get a move done here as well, as he was really putting pressure there on Corey Preston. Still all over the bumper.
Oh man, that was incredible. Cananzi looked like he was going to try to push a move on the outside, and as soon as they hit into the got ready to go into entry on the turn, as Corey went for the apex, he ducked down to the inside and pulled off an incredible pass. And now he's doing everything he can to hang on because Corey Preston is putting on pressure, trying to regain the top 5 spot. It's going to be fun to watch these guys.
Ian Ford side by side with Marlon McMullen. Sorry, going through the carousel here. Ian Ford is going to take that position. No, yes, he is. Ian Ford got that position away
and more
from
side by side. Corey Preston now gets his spot back and in danger of losing another spot. Here comes Josh Rogers. Josh Rogers is coming up to Brett Cananzi. We got a 3-way battle, guys, for 5th place, and it continues to go. And look at this. Now Marlon McMullen back on Ian Ford, Kane. No need to apologize, buddy. There's so much action. It's just incredible. If you got to interrupt.
Brett Cananzi now going to the inside of Corey Preston again. He thinks a little better of it. He kind of runs out of room, hits the grass, makes a little bit of contact with Corey. That kind of slows everybody out. Josh Rogers tries coming up, makes a little contact. That's going to spin Josh Rogers out. Dale Niche has to take evasive action. Chaos back in the middle of the pack.
Wow, while everybody is trying to get around things, trying to calm back down up here in the field, a lot of cars just made through safely, starting with Bo Cattell behind him. Oh, Brett Cananzi got loose bad there. Now he's in danger of Dale Niche coming up to him. Let's go back and check on, see how Josh Rogers is doing. Kane, he has got the Ford Falcon back going, and right now he's trying to get things back in order. The catch-centric Falcon is in trouble, though. A lot of positions lost there. I don't know if he's going to make that back up.
Makes me wonder if I had the right skin for him last week, as he was a new driver to the series last week. I may not have had the right skin, and it seems to have updated this week. So, yeah, good to see Josh Rogers here for a second time. I think he'd be a great addition to the series.
Oh, fantastic addition. Right now, we're about to have another addition. Ian Ford has moved up into 3rd place and has his sights set on Marcelo Rivera. And this could be something fun to watch, guys, as Ian Ford has got some tremendous pace here at the Glen, and he is looking very, very, very scary if you have him in the rearview mirror right now. As Marcelo Rivera still can see Ethan Griggault up there, he is not a lost cause. He is still within some sort of a striking distance if he can just get a little bit of help from above. The racing gods have to be good for Marcelo Rivera. Boy, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th just kind of tightened up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was something with Marcelo, if he kind of lost pace a little bit, or if Ethan and Marlon being able to draft together, if they just were able to really catch up to Marcelo. But it's definitely come together up there for that race for 2nd.
Kane Bo Cattell's on the move. He is getting ready to look at Corey Preston right now. He continues to move up through the field. Bo Cattell currently running in the 6th position. They're going to come down to turn 1. Bo thinks twice about going to the inside. He'll remain in the draft there, and as they head down the straightaway, this is going to get good. Through the S's section, this is a scary moment if you're Bo Cattell. If you're Corey Preston. There's a lot of pressure on him through these S's. This is dangerous.
Halfway through the race now, and Corey Preston under serious pressure. He has been, it seems like, all race long. And he's done quite well under pressure.
Down into the carousel, it is a complete pass from the number 4 Machina Bo Cattell. Now got a little bit of a rebound run. Here comes a momentum push from Corey Preston. Can he catch him? Not yet. He's going to have to hang on here and remain in the push. Here comes Bo Cattell now. He's going to try to put a little bit of daylight in between him and the Apexy Falcon. Can it happen now here on lap 10 of 18? Man, they're close.
Back in the pack for 17th position, Alexander Uber in battle with Roque Garcia. Alexander looks like he's going to take the position there. He does get it done. So pass made for Alexander. Up ahead, Marlon McMullen right on the bumper there of Marcelo Rivera, as Ian Ford has managed to get around Marcelo and take over that second place position.
Knock, knock, knock. Ethan Greg Galt, you have company. His name's Ian Ford. He is on the way, and he has just got an amazing run right now going in this number 3 Demidov machine. He is continuing to move up. Remember, he fell back to 4th place, and he has found his way back up into 2nd, or for the first time today into 2nd, and he's trying to get up there to Ethan Greg Galt. It can be done, but he's going to have to boogie.
Ethan Greg Galt answered that lap by turning 2/10 of a faster lap than Ian Ford. So although Ian definitely going like a rocket ship, Ethan Greg Galt still moving fast as well.
Andres Rao has returned to the track, so good to see the number 18 Ford Falcon back out there after early race incident.
Jim Davey back on the track as well. Tony Klushman finds himself 3 laps down after a great start. He's back in 19th with some damage to his Sim-Ability mobile.
Oh man, battle for 12th place right now. Down on the inside, here comes a move. It is the Kosh-centric machine as he is back. Josh Rogers back in the ball game, and he has moved up into 12th and has his sights set on 11th, which that is the number 15 machine of Rory Windrum.
So Corey Preston under serious pressure from Brett Cananzi. Sorry to interrupt, but Corey held off a great charge there from Brett. Brett now to the inside. He's going to try to get the move done again. Corey's got some momentum on the outside. Contacts made. Corey's almost around, able to collect it, but his teammate gets collected in the... Oh, man. Richard Elward as well was having such a great race.
Dale Nish and Richard Elward come together into the wall. And guys, he's not out of the road yet. Scary moment as Rory Windrum and company have to dodge to get around the Apexy Falcon. Dale Nish trying to get the car back straight. He finally does. He's on his way to the pits. That car is extremely damaged. Very unfortunate turn of events there for those guys. I hate to see that.
Let's take a look at that again as we're coming down here. The SDRT car gets in the middle, just a little bit of contact there with Corey. Corey slides sideways, makes more contact, but Dale Nish has to hit the brakes. That slides him sideways right into Richard Elward, and that is a tough break for both Dale Nish and Richard Elward.
I mean, you hate to see that because those guys were kind of in their own little race, and they had to slam on the brakes. And it's just, it happened so fast. Everything went from fine to pandemonium.
Whoa, Brett Cananzi's going to go around Corey Preston. Corey returns the favor with a little bit of tap to the, and this exact same result. Brett able to save it as well. But they got through that without any damage to any other cars. But yeah, tough battle here between Corey and Brett Cananzi. Great battle here for the 6th position.
Man, this continues to heat up. Here comes Brett Cananzi now with another look. He's going to try to make a move on the outside, or at least try to make a statement in the SDRT Falcon as he continues to try to move back up into 6th place. And these two right here, they are just on a mission. Both are very, very focused at the moment and not wanting to give an inch. Let's take a little bit of a look back up to the front here to what's going on. Ethan Griggault is out to a healthy size lead here on lap 13 of 18. In 2nd place, it is Ian Ford, followed by Marcelo Rivera. And in 4th place, it's Marlon McMullen. That is the top 4. In 5th place, all by his lonesome, Bo Cattell in the number 4. And he is back there, like I said, all by himself, Kane. He has moved quite nicely through the field. Bo started the race in 20th place. He is now in 5th. How about that?
That's amazing. But it's not unexpected from Bo Cattell. I mean, Bo's definitely a very talented driver.
Oh, he is unbelievable. Every time we see him, he just never disappoints.
Tell you what, this battle's heating back up here for this position, the 6th place position with Corey Preston, Brett Cananzi, and now Jason Quires coming up in the mix. We've got a three-car battle for the 6th position.
And I tell you what, Jason Quire came out of nowhere. Oh, here comes a move on the outside. Can the SDRT machine do it? No. He got a little bit loose now. Whoa, he ducks back to the inside. That's what we saw earlier from him. He attacked the outside and at the last minute jumps down to the inside. That time it did not work on Corey Preston. He's going to try it again here. Oh, here comes Jason Quire. While those two are messing around, Quire's going to get there and get the job done. Just not enough momentum. They're going to go side by side again, possibly not yet, as this thing waits to unfold. What an incredible run so far. That's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be hard for him to make a pass on the outside through the carousel. Yeah, they'll have to fall in behind him. But this could develop into quite a battle between two great drivers in Marlon McMullen and Marcelo Rivera. They're going to continue this battle all the way to the end of the race, I believe, because this is for the final step on the podium tonight. And this has been nothing short of spectacular since the drop of the green flag. The way of life, Commodore right now able to hold on to 3rd place momentarily as the Beta Electricity Ford Falcon. It's a classic Holden Ford battle. Who's going to get it? Who will win that final step on the podium? Will it be Marlon McMullen or will it be Marcelo Rivera? It's going to come down to the wire. While they're doing it, Ian Ford up in 2nd in the Demidov Innovations. Holden up in 2nd, and of course the race leader, the Simpit Racing STC Motorsports machine, Ethan Griggault. Ethan continues to lead the race. Kane.
Side by side with Corey and Brett again down the backstretch. Corey is going to maintain that 6th position. So far, so good for Corey. He's definitely feeling better. Had a great race Monday night. And the race spot race on Monday night. Had a great finish there and looking good here tonight, too. He's really shined through some great battles, and he's still maintained his position at 6th. So Corey doing a fantastic job so far.
This battle for 3rd is continuing through the S sections, and it's going to continue down the backstretch as Marlon McMullen continues to keep the pressure up. The only thing I don't like about this configuration, I miss the bus stop. It does. It adds another element to the race as well. It's been an action-packed run. Well, guys, the battle for third place is still on. Marlon McMullen chasing down Marcelo Rivera, and we are on the start of lap 16. So 2 full laps left. Well, 3 to go as we have 16, 17, and 18 left to run. This thing could get really heated up in a hurry.
Just checking in with the YouTube chat, and Ben Wilkinson, I think's what his name was. I've got it minimized now, but he asked, what was Forrest Gump's password?
Ooh.
One Forrest one.
Oh,
It
boy.
It was really funny in text.
No, that is pretty good, man. One Forrest one. Man, how about this? Rick Canonzi has moved into that top 5 spot for the moment. Or, I'm sorry, 6th spot at the moment. And it's going to be fun to see if Corey Preston can get the spot back. He had a good run right there. Going to run right into the bumper of the SDRT machine.
Oh, no, disaster for Corey Preston.
He gets slammed into the inside wall. He's going to somehow keep the car going. Oh, so close to completing the race without pandemonium for Corey Preston. And right here near the end, it happened. Oh.
Yeah, that was a heck of a battle he and Brett had all race long. It was really looking like it's going to shape up to be a great finish there. Unfortunately, disaster strikes Corey with a damaged car back in 9th. But, man, what a great race they were putting on.
You know, you can only keep the intensity that high for so long, and something like that is bound to happen. Corey's teammate Dale Nish is still in the pits. I hope he gets back out before the end of this race.
A great battle back here for 16th as Roque Garcia and Alexander. Roque Garcia, he gets sideways just exactly in the same place as Corey Preston.
Oh.
And spins it, nails the wall exactly the same almost. So disaster strikes for Roque as well.
Yeah.
And what an awesome livery that is, the orange Marlboro mobile.
Yeah, the Marlboro Ford Falcon going to be my livery of the week. That is awesome. Also got Makita on there. That is just an awesome, awesome, awesome livery. And he hit hard.
With 2 laps to go, Marlon McMullen still chasing down Marcelo Rivera for that podium position. Marcelo doing an excellent job holding off a hard-charging Marlon. And what else can you say? Great job so far. Ethan Griggold, 5.2 seconds ahead of second place Ian Ford. And Ian is flying too, so for him to not only maintain but extend that gap against Ian Ford, that's amazing.
All right, boys, the white flag is out. So we're on our final lap here at Watkins Glen. Ethan Griggold rounds around for the final lap here. What's going to happen in the final lap at Watkins Glen? Remember, it is week 11 of 12 here in Season 3 as we get ready for the road to Bathurst. It's fixing to get crazy as Watkins Glen is on the way out.
Do want to mention a couple of high gainers today. Bo Cattell gained 15 positions to get up in 5th. Josh Rogers has gained 11 spots rather to get into the 10th spot. 12th now as he's gained a spot and got up into 9th as he got around Corey Preston.
And with that being said, all focus should go to the front of the pack as a well-deserved lap is deserved for camera time for the number 2 Sim Pit Holden, Ethan Grigg Galt, with another performance that is far from stellar. On the other side, though, it is stellar. It's on the other side of it. It's just incredible what he has done. He has been remarkable thus far, and this is just a little bit of a sign of how his season has been. It has been everything his way, and you got to applaud him. He has done a great job, and here he is, guys, coming around the final turn here at Watkins Glen. Your Week 11 winner, the driver of the Sim Pit Holden, Ethan Grigg Galt, takes the Glen.
Great job for Ethan. He just, man, right from the start, he kind of fell back, but he gained those positions back and really took off. Once he got out in front, it was all over once he got that clean air.
Coming across in second place, and quite a race at that. It is Ian Ford in the number 3. Dimidov Innovations holding behind him Marcelo Rivera, who had a wonderful run today. Really deserved that podium in the Way of Life Commodore. Fantastic job there from Marcelo Rivera. Marlon McMullen in the better electrical comes across in 4th, and rounding out our top 5 here at the Watkins Glen, it is a wonderful run from the number 4 SimWorks machine. That is none other than Bo Cattell. What a run from him in the Osram machine. Really good run, and just a fantastic day for him. He started 20th, as you mentioned, Kane, and finished 5th, gained 15 spots in 18 laps. And really, he did better than that because he was in 5th place for at least 5 laps, I know. So really, he did that in about 12 to 13 laps. That is so impressive. What a run from Bo Cattell today. Brett Canonzi comes across in the 6th position today, and very impressive. Him and Corey Preston had a run like no other today that unfortunately ended before we wanted it to. But the SDRT Ford Falcon comes across in 6th place. Jason Quire in the Sim Pit machine comes across in 7th. Richard Elward in the Mad Cow machine comes across in 8th. In the 9th place, it was the number 10 Ford Falcon as he comes across in 9th. And I tell you what, the cash-centric machine was looking good. He fell back. Kane worked very hard to make sure that he came back, and that he did. A top 10 finish for Josh Rogers. Corey Preston comes across with a top 10 today, Kane, even after his run-in with the wall. Great job from Corey Preston. He really had a great race today. The number 7A Pexi Falcon gets a top 10 for the points. Rory Windrum with an impressive run today as well in the inner strength machine. He comes across in 11th. Josh Anderson 12th. 13th, Jace McCarty as his number 17 Commodore comes across there in 13th. 14th goes to William Bailey in the number 19 machine. Alexander Hebert in the DuPont Ford Falcon comes across in 15th. 16th goes to John Eckert in the 7-Up Holden. Roque Garcia in the Marlboro Ford Falcon comes across in 17th. 2 laps down, unfortunately. His hard hit with the wall. And Tony Klusterman in the Simability machine comes across in 18th. Jim Davey will come across in 19th. Down in 20th, it is Dale Niche, who finished a tough race. He raced a great race until he had his little run-in with the wall. In 21st, it is Andres Rau, and Anthony Mino rounds out the 22-car field. That is how this run ends at Watkins Glen in Week 11. Kane, what a week.
Yeah, it has been. It's been an amazing week. on board with Bocatel as he as he hit the landmine. That was a lot of fun. I have to go back and do a replay on that. We tried it with Marlin right before Bocatel, but Marlin's car just disappeared.
All right, I'm gonna go and watch On Board with Bocatel here and find out what he does here.
You'll have to go back about, I don't know, 30 seconds or so.
Oh yeah, I went all the way to his final lap, and then I'm gonna fast forward. See what his windshield was mighty filthy.
Yeah, what a tough race for these guys, for sure.
Oh, it's just awesome, man. And you know what's even better? We got Bathurst next week, buddy. We get to close out our season at Bathurst.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. You know, we've had Bathurst so many times, but none of the times has it been on the very last race, I don't think. And it's really going to be a great season-ending race.
It really is. I mean, you got to think, where else would you want to end your race? And end your season. That is the race that you want to do it at, is Bathurst. I mean, that is everything V8 Supercars that there is. I mean, it's just tradition. I don't even have to explain it. It's going to be amazing. What an incredible way to finish our season 3 season. iRacing has some big things coming up over the new build, and I'm looking forward to it, Kane. We got some big news, and we'll talk about that briefly in the post race show in just a moment. Let's get ready for our driver interviews very shortly. So if you're watching live, guys, don't go anywhere. We're happy to have you here. First of all, before we do go any further, I want to thank our audience tonight for watching that watch live with us. As we do get a lot of views during the week that watch later, but we really thank the live viewers, and we ask you guys do us a big favor and click on the subscribe button and like the videos. Also, if you can't comment, it helps get the videos out to other iRacers and race fans alike. And the more the video gets out, the more these racers get the credit they deserve for their hard work they put in each and every week. Kane and myself believe that this is one of the best series, if not the best series, on the iRacing simulator, and we'd like to get it out to more people. I think that this series deserves that. It's come such a long way since we've been here, in a short time that we've been here. I think this is our second year, Kane, coming on our second year.
Yeah, for the V8 Supercars America series, but
Right.
this car itself, the community itself is definitely it is by far the very
It
best.
is the best.
Yeah, it is.
Unbelievable group of guys. It is.
What a great time to be part of this community too, with as much stuff as the V8 Supercar has going on right now with the V8 Supercar America's broadcast. Then of course there's the Monday night broadcast through Race Spot that you can catch over on their channel, and then with the V8 Supercars America's Premier Series. That's not boy, but boy, did I butcher that one up. The V8's online, V8 Supercars Online Premier Series. That's what it is. That one this weekend is going to be amazing with the big endurance series they got going on. It is definitely a great time to be part of the V8 Supercar community here on iRacing.
Boy, it sure is, and we thank you all for being here. It means a lot to us each and every week. You guys support us, and thank you. That's an easy way to put it. Though we really appreciate it more than you guys know. All right, Kane, it's time to have some words with a few of the drivers. I want to talk to a driver who had a remarkable race. Let's bring in Marcelo Rivera for a quick word. Marcelo, welcome to the post-race show. How are you tonight?
I'm good, thanks, guys. How did you guys find the race?
Oh, man, that was a very intense race here at Watkins Glen Classic. Boot 18 laps. And what we saw up front with you guys was just absolutely phenomenal. Tell me about your race, man. How was it from inside the cockpit there?
Personally, it was a really good race for me. Fighting up with these really good guys, Ethan Grigholtz and Ian Ford. they're really quick guys. So I was a bit surprised that I was able to actually semi-match their times throughout the race. But yeah, overall I was happy with my progress, and yeah, happy to come away with third place.
I was about to say, not only did you run with him, here you are finishing in a great group of guys on the podium. A great run here at Watkins Glen, which is always one of the best tracks we visit. It really is. What made you decide to run with us tonight, Marcel?
Just had a bit of time off, wasn't busy, and I was initially just going to be doing some testing for the Spa Enduro tomorrow night. But when I was on with my teammate Ian, he said, "Oh, just do the American race, mate." I'm like, "Oh, why not, eh?" And it turned out to be a good run.
Well, I tell you what, we would love to have you here more often, bud. Come and join us anytime you like. Like I said, we do the broadcast every Friday night here in the U.S., and it's just an amazing run, and we were happy to have you here. You really put on a great show tonight.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it was great to be involved, and yeah, no, it's always great racing with all these guys, and it definitely get a fair few battles throughout the season. Just keeps it all that more interesting for you guys as well.
It does, man. It really was, as the field as a whole, an extremely exciting run tonight, man. This will be one that you want to go back and watch again. It was worth it. I'd watch this one again.
Yeah, true. I'm definitely going to go over and see when I hit the lead there, because that wasn't necessarily something that I'd expect.
Man, I just couldn't get over the pace of the field, especially the top 5, 6 cars. The pace that you guys kept through the entire run was just outrageous.
Yeah, you're right. It's every time I'm up there, you have that constant pressure in front of you and behind you, because you know that everyone surrounding you is just so consistent, and it just makes you it just puts you in the zone, because you know you really can't afford anything.
You're right. I mean, the smallest stake at Watkins Glen, it can cost you so much, and you guys ran flawlessly. I mean, just for 18 laps, it was unreal and extremely fun to watch, man. But once again, man, congratulations on the top 3 finish, and like I said, come back and see us again, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to now, guys. Cheers for having me on the broadcast here, and take it easy, eh?
Absolutely, brother. That is Marcelo Rivera, everybody. And as always, it's a pleasure to have you here. Come back and see us. We'll see if we can get him back again soon. Take care, buddy.
Cheers, guys.
All right, let's have a word now with another guy had tons of pace today. Let's bring in Ian Ford for a quick word. Ian, welcome to the post-race show. How are you tonight, sir?
Yeah, bloody good. Nice to be back in second place after last week's dismal performance. So, just absolutely psyched about this track. It was so fun.
Ian, I was very impressed with your performance tonight. We just got through talking with Marcelo for a moment. Let's talk about your run. A good start, and then we saw a slight mistake. You were running, battling for third, ended up following or battling for second, I believe. Fall back to third, or then back to fourth, and then fight your way back up for a second place finish. And when you get around 2 incredibly fast guys like that, that is a very big accomplishment, especially at a track like, or no, not a track like, a track that is Watkins Glen. This track with guys that are racing so tight and so close, the times are almost identical. It's hard to get around guys, and that's exactly what you did. A great, great second place finish. One of the most impressive runs I've seen.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was definitely tight in quality. I think there was a couple of tenths, covering about 5 or 6 cars. So, once the race started, it was try and take every opportunity you could. I got freight trained following Marcelo when he ran a bit wide into the boot for the first time, and ended up at the back of that little battle pack. And just in the draft, I kept on losing them through some of the slower corners, just because I think we got the tire pressures a bit wrong. But kept on getting in the draft, kept on being able to make decent moves, and not risky ones or anything like that. So it was bloody good to get up there and to see that Ethan wasn't really pulling away. I don't know if he was just holding a little bit back, but I tried pushing to see whereabouts we were on pace, and we're not that far off for Monday night. So heads up, keep on digging, and we'll get there eventually.
That's it, brother. Keep pushing, and you'll be right there with the Monday night guys. You're not far from it now. You said it yourself. But congratulations on the second place finish, and we wish you the best of luck next week, man. We got the big Bathurst coming up for the season finale next week. Looking forward to that.
Oh, definitely. It's the track I wait for every single season. So I think next week is going to be 2 stops as well, which is going to be a first for the series. So, it's going to be all effort from everyone in the team to try and put something together, and hopefully we get a good result. And I saw on the broadcast we're actually running the blue color scheme, which is one that I put on just for testing for the Spa race that's got qualifying tonight. Basically, it's like to hide all our secret aero parts, so don't tell anyone.
It's great looking skin too.
Yeah, thanks, man. Awesome. Also, congratulations to Marcelo bringing the Way of Life car home in third. I got told just before the lights went green that he didn't have enough race pace to do anything, so it's pretty impressive.
It was very impressive, man. You guys should be very proud for yourselves, and we wish you the best of luck, Ian. We really look forward to seeing you on the track next week, and hopefully we'll see Marcelo come back as well, bud.
That's it. Thank you.
All right, guys, that is Ian Ford. An incredible run tonight. He gets the second step on that BM tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in the top step, your race winner, Ethan Greg Galt. Welcome to the post-race show. How are you tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good, guys. Thanks.
All right, Ethan, another race goes by, and another time we get to you on top of the charts, man. How do you continue to be consistent and get these race wins, man?
I believe it's just all about momentum. I've been doing well at every track so far, and if I jump into a practice service, see that I'm second or third, I'm like, that's not good enough. So I just push myself as hard as I can.
And that is the attitude that has carried you to the front of the pack, and not just in races, but over this course of this season. It's been a very impressive run, and it'll all come down to next week at Bathurst. What do you feel about the race next week, finishing our season at Bathurst, and just your performance there overall? What is it feeling like for you next week?
Well, to end the season at Bathurst, it's going to be an epic inclusion, I reckon. So there's a lot of people that love Bathurst that drove the V8, so I reckon it's going to be quite a competitive field, and it's going to be awesome.
I got a good feeling that we will have some best drivers. We always do when we head to Bathurst. This being the first, as Ian just told us, could possibly be a 2-stop race. Could be the first for the series, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some big names come down and try to do the best they can up against the America's best. That's going to be quite entertaining. And Ethan, you got a championship to be thinking about next week.
Yeah, you're right, I do. And I had no idea that it could possibly be a 2-stop race. That's going to throw a lot into the mix, so it should be good.
It will. That's something you're going to have to try to get the strategy laid out in advance, and I'm sure that you guys will have that all set in stone, and we look forward to it, man. Just an incredible run tonight, Ethan. A really good run. I thought it was very solid, and a track that the times were just so close. I don't know how you guys do it. You run that tight for that long. It was incredibly entertaining, and somehow you were able to break away from them. How hard was it to get Marcelo out of your draft? I mean, he stayed in there for a while, but it was like you finally got to where you broke the cusp of him being in the draft, and that's finally when you got kind of broke away and ran away with the race.
Yeah, I was actually incredibly surprised with this track. This is actually my first race in the V8 at Watkins Glen, so I had no idea of the draft, and I think it was the first lap I came out of the S's going, oh yeah, I got a pretty good run. I should be able to defend into the carousel. But then Ian had the double draft come up 20 k's an hour faster than me and threw it up the inside. I'm like, what's going on? So that I knew I'd paced it at the start on the cold tyres, so I just tried to get him around. And it was quite hard to break the draft to Marcelo. I knew that's what was sticking him to the back of me. But if I took out 2 to 3 tenths a lap on him, I'd eventually get out of that draft and just drive off. So that's what I put my head down and done.
And it sure showed. That was so fun watching you guys because we knew once he got out of that draft, and you'll see it on the broadcast. Once he fell out of the draft, there was no hope unless you slipped up. And sir, you did not slip up. In fact, flawless run tonight, Ethan. And we just wanted to congratulate you and wish you the best next week as you get ready to finish out season 3 at Bathurst.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I just want to say as well, Watkins Glen is an absolutely awesome track. We must have it more often.
I agree. It used to be a staple that was constantly there, and we haven't run this configuration in a year, as Kane pointed out in the pre-race. So I agree. Let's bring it back, man. Incredible. I loved it, man.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right, buddy, guys. That is Ethan Grigalt, and he is the front runner for the championship here in season 3 here in 2015. So if you guys don't want to miss out on that, that's going to be next week at the Bathurst. I mean, it's just going to be incredible. Can't wait. At the Mount Panorama, I should have said. But it'll always be Bathurst for me. Let's go ahead and bring in another one of the drivers from the race tonight. Let's have a talk with Corey Preston. I want to have a quick word with Corey. Corey, welcome to the post-race show. How are you tonight?
Hi.
Hello.
Does that mean that you're high tonight?
No.
Oh, that's
good. Means I'm pulling my best Kimi Räikkönen impression, I think.
Oh, gotcha. A fantastic race, Corey. Aside from the very end, but man, what a great battle you had throughout the race, and you did a great job holding off several really hard charging cars. Saved what could have been a disastrous wreck there early on, and really held off some really hard chargers. So it looks like you're really starting to get over your sickness there, and great finish last Monday night. So things are starting to come together for you.
Yeah, I suppose it helps when you're not actually sick, I suppose. But yeah, tonight was good. Well, tonight, what am I on about? No, this afternoon was good. I mean, I was asleep at 11:59, and I got a text message from Dale saying, "Where are you? I need a setup." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So I jump on, turn the computer on. Turns out he already had a set half made, so he's like, "Oh, this is good. Let's just run this for some reason and do the race." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then I clicked the race button with like no practice at all this week, having put all my time into Spa. And yeah, the only practice I got this afternoon was those 2 quali laps that I got. And then I'm like, Dale, what gear does this corner go in? And what corner does this go in? And how fast you got to go around here? And he's like, "Oh, you'll figure it out." And I'm like, much help. Yep. But yeah, race result was pretty good. I mean, if I didn't get walloped a couple times, I probably would have finished better. But yeah, unfortunate for Dale because he got involved in something that shouldn't have happened. I mean, people making moves, they're probably a bit too ambitious or aggressive and tapping people sideways. But anyway, yeah, just unlucky for him and beat my car up a little bit. But yeah, and then I go and stick it in the wall, so not too good. But yeah, 10th is still good. I think I still gained I rating at least, so that's the main thing. Safety rating would have taken a bit of a hit though, so. But yeah. Oh, and thanks for the mention for Monday, Kane.
Yeah, it was a great job. Good result.
Yeah, I was trying my heart out that race and got there.
Well, Corey, it was an impressive run, especially getting a top 10 after the little incident you had there. And you take a top 10, we look at Bathurst next week. And what are you doing as far as getting ready for next week's finale?
Next week doesn't even exist until the Spa 4 hours over, I think. I've got to qualify the car tonight, so Dale's off to a party, so he's left the quali and shootout duties to me, and he said if you stuff it up, well, it's on you. and and I'm like, and so that's put a little bit even more pressure on me. So now I've got to go out there tonight and perform, and hope I don't bin a rouge on the shootout lap.
But sometimes people really do thrive under pressure, so maybe it can help you out.
I'm not one of those people.
10-4, buddy. Well, thanks a lot, Corey. As always, it is a pleasure to have a word with you. I am glad that you're starting to feel better. It sounds like you have gotten to feel a lot better, and we are happy to hear that. And we look forward to seeing you and Dale next week.
Yeah, pity Bathurst wasn't a driver's swap, otherwise you'd see us both together. But have you been noticing Dale's been running Falcon lately?
I have. No, I don't know what you did, but I like it.
Yeah, well, I told him, right, we're driving the Falcon for Spa, so yeah, and he's like, oh, so I better cut some laps, and I'm like, yep. So he's been driving the Falcon to get some experience with a different cockpit view because they're quite different. But yeah, I'm sure we'll do good next week.
Absolutely, man. I look forward to it. I think it's going to be an incredible run from you guys. And you take care, buddy. Like I said, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. But we're going to have to get ready to close this one down pretty early tonight. But thanks a lot, Corey. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Kane, buddy, it's been an incredible night tonight, man. I really enjoyed this Watkins Glen, full of entertainment. This thing had us huffing and a puffing ever since the drop of the green flag. I had to go do surgery on myself, came back, and me and you were so full of action, this race flew by.
Yeah, man, what a fantastic race. I know we do got a couple more people to interview. I know you're wanting to hurry up and get out of here, but we should probably interview Marlon McMullen. Had a great race tonight. I don't think we've interviewed him yet. So
yeah, bring Marlon in here. Marlon, welcome to the post race show, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Just having a pretty good chat with Marcelo. How about yourself?
Man, doing good. And sorry, Marlon, I in my head we had already talked to you, and I apologize, man. And welcome to the post race show, buddy. And good run out there, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was a little bit tricky today. The temperatures were really quite hot for me, for my liking. The qualifying was just exactly the same as the racing temperature, so I couldn't believe it. So I knew I didn't have as much confidence in the warmer temps compared to the cooler temps, but I didn't care because that was an absolutely awesome race. And right from the get-go on the first couple of laps, I was so pumped up with adrenaline. That was just some absolutely fantastic racing between the four of us, and it continued all the way through. So really happy with today's race, with the difficulties of the car.
And you should be. You guys put on a heck of a show. I know that you were battling with third place for a long time, back and forth, and in the end just missed out on a podium. You and Marcelo, that was really entertaining, man.
Yeah, thank you. I gave it a good crack against Marcelo. I knew being part of Ian's team, they would probably pretty much be on the same identical setup. So I knew Ian was fast. Well, Marcelo's going to be fast as well. So I did all I could, honestly, to have a good, clean battle with them. And I really tried in a couple of spots, but I just couldn't get it done. I just didn't feel really comfortable with the car. I didn't want to run the risk and ruin both our races. But it was just absolutely fantastic battling side by side with him. And especially with what he's done over his career going to the GD Academy, because that's the first race I've ever done with him. So that's an honour. It's an honour to race Marcelo.
That is, and that is definitely an honor. Marlon, we finish up at the Bathurst next week, buddy. This has been a track for you in the past that has been good to you, that I remember. Now, what is it from your opinion on Bathurst in the final week of the season?
I don't think there's one individual soul out there in the whole world that says they do not like Bathurst, and if they did, then they'll be a very unpopular man. But I love the track. It's got a great flow to it. Obviously, it's very synonymous with Australian racing. it's a track I've never sort of really come to grips with in the past, but I've always sort of got a little bit better over the seasons, and I just try and stay out of trouble. You just want to survive the race, and it's a very long race. It's going to be, I think, 31 laps or a bit longer, so over an hour. So we just want to get out there, have a nice clean run early on, and see how we go about the midway point after the pit stop.
That's it. I mean, this is going to be an endurance race. I'm trying to think of the last real endurance race that we've had in the series, and I can't think of the last real endurance race we've had. We've had some longer ones, our pit stop race, what we call them, but an endurance race, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the longer we're out there, the more opportunities we have to race each other, or let anything get away to a massive lead. But at the end of the day, you go out there, it gives you more of an element of strategy. I love the pit stops. It sort of makes you, think on the fly sometimes. Did he take more fuel than me? Did he take tyres or not? So it's always, it adds a nice variable, the longer races. And I think the last big long one we had was sort of Monza or something like that. So yeah, it's good to have another one. I like these long races.
I do too. They add, I love what you said about the strategy, because I feel like sometimes that is an element of the sport that we lose with the shortened races. I do believe it is something that we don't get to take advantage of. So when we get a chance at a race like this, so we can add the strategy in the pit stops, it's going to add a whole nother element. You can't just come out here with loads of speed and win the race. It's going to take more than that. And that is a perfect way to conclude our season. It's already been a remarkable season. Really, all 3 seasons that we've had here in 2015 have been up to par or better. And what a way to close it out. If you guys are thinking about watching the broadcast next week, go ahead and just mark the calendar. Don't miss out on the season finale next week. It's going to be Friday, the same time as always, right here in the same place. You guys aren't going to want to miss this. It's going to be one heck of a way to close out the season. Marlon, we're looking forward to seeing you and how well you perform next week, buddy. Anyways, thanks so much for coming and having a chat with us. Like I said, I'm sorry that I didn't pull you in a little earlier. I, for some weird reason, had thought that I had already had a word with you. But anyways, congrats on the top 4 run there, and we wish you the best of luck next week.
Yeah, cheers, guys. I've got a video to get back into, so I'm a little bit busy today.
That's it, man. Well, thank you so much, and you have a great night, Marlon.
Take care, guys. Thank you. All the best.
All right, that is Marlon McMullen. And
hello, guys. How you doing?
Doing great, Alex. So welcome to the post-race show. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm pretty good. I'm just I'm kind of happy to be here. I've never been in a top split race in the broadcast before, so this is kind of cool.
Well, let's talk about that for a brief second. Tell us about your experience tonight.
It started when I joined the race server, looked at the entry list, and saw Marlon McMullen's name at the top of the list, and I was like, oh no. I cannot hang with. I knew I was in the practice session. I knew I was 4 to 5 seconds slower than these guys. I knew I couldn't hang with them, so I was just like, all right, well, decided to see how qualifying went. So I qualified, and I was pretty much last out of everybody qualified. So I just decided to start from the pits, just cruise and see where I could get.
And Alex, that is an incredible way to actually get a learning session in. Make sure that you stay out of trouble early in the race, and that way that you're in the race, because to get experience, you have to be in the race. And I thought that was a great strategy, man, a great way to attack your first race in the top split, especially on a broadcast race. And, I hope we get to see a lot more of you in the near future. And you just keep that I rating up, and you'll be right here with these guys, man. And you'll get right up there with them. You'll be running with Marlon before you know it.
Yeah, I kind of hope so. That'd be kind of cool. But but for now, I'm just trying to, do what I can, stay up there, keep going.
Well, let's talk a little bit about you, Alex. Let kind of the viewers get to know you a little better. How long have you been in the V8?
I've been on and off for a bit. I've been racing probably consistently for about a year or so now. But then, I was doing a couple different things before that, and then I was pretty consistently in the V8 back before the broadcast even existed. Yeah, back when this series could barely get a official race on Thursday and Friday nights. So, I was. I used to race when there was only like one split, and I could actually, fight with some of these guys. So
Yeah, we've seen you quite a bit in the very early days of the broadcast.
yeah, so I've been kind of on and off since for a while.
Well, so now talking to you, I think I've been saying your name wrong. I'm guessing it's Alexander Hebert. Is that how you say your last name?
Yeah. Though I heard you guys were using the French pronunciation, which is an acceptable alternative.
Well, now that we'll say it right, Alex Hebert.
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome.
At least you didn't say Herbert. That's usually what I get.
Oh no, yeah, there's absolutely no R in there at all. Wow, that's man. Hopefully they'll stop that. But yeah, Alex Hebert, that's awesome, man. And but no, we're so happy to have you here. And you talk about being in the series back when it was one split. It has come so far, hadn't it? This series has just turned into something wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now there's at least 2 splits every night, sometimes 3, and then there's really, really high level people in this now, which is really cool. And it's cool to be able to race with all the the Australians in there too. I mean, I know it's supposed to be the Americas split, but going in with the Australian guys is really cool too. Get some international experience with racing. It's kind of cool.
It is. I'm so glad that several of them will wake up earlier. I guess it's afternoon time, so they don't really have to wake up. But on a Saturday for them, come in and race with us. It definitely, it makes me happy. I like to have that versatility in the race and have these guys come. Really brings something special to the series.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
Well, Alex, I tell you what, man, it's a pleasure having you here in the top split, and I hope we get to see a lot more of you very soon. Are you planning on racing in the Bathurst race next weekend?
I will try to make it. Most likely will. Definitely gonna need some extra practice. I really like Bathurst, but it's always been a bit of a challenge for me. I've been not so lucky in the past, so hopefully do well, especially considering it's a longer race. I think some people are saying maybe even 2 stops, so that'll be definitely interesting.
Yes, it will, and that is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on is how that strategy changes through the week. Nobody's going to want to spoil their strategy in this broadcast, I'm sure. So I'll keep asking them and keep getting different answers. But we'll all see next week, man. Well, thank you so much, Alex. It's a pleasure to have you here on the show. And like I said, you're welcome here anytime, man. And we hope to see a lot more of you real soon.
Thanks, guys. This was really fun. Thanks. This is awesome.
Absolutely. That is Alex Hebert, everybody, and it's a pleasure having him here tonight. All right,
well,
Kane.
JD, the good news coming out of the iRacing camp this week. Some anti-cheat software going to be coming out with the new build. So a couple weeks we'll have some anti-cheat software. I don't really think that's going to impact our community very much, but still pretty cool information, I guess. Something new.
Very cool. That is something I was about to bring up. That is huge news and a very exciting news. As we always talk about the iRacing simulator, it is what it is. Let me not say it like that. The iRacing simulator is the best multiplayer simulator on the planet for several reasons, but the main thing is they have such a high standard of their product. When we get into the iRacing sim, we expect our experience to be reflected upon by what they have built. And when you have the threat of guys that try to make an unfair advantage, it does take a little bit of the race aspect out of it. Now, I think of racing in general, and whether you're an F1 fan, a NASCAR fan, a V8 Supercar fan, anywhere in the world of motorsports, there will always be teams that try to get an edge and try to get ahead. That is only natural for us as human beings. We want to be the best, we want to get ahead. And if there is a shortcut, we're going to do that shortcut to make our jobs easier. And I know that sounds bad, but if we find a way to give ourselves an unfair, what would be called an unfair advantage, I feel like more people would be inclined to do so that they could race a little better. Not saying these guys are bad people or anything like that. They're just getting an advantage. I am very happy to see this brought in so that it makes sure, that's all it's doing, is making sure that the playing field stays level. That's all it is it's just bringing, it's a precaution. It's not saying we have a bunch of cheating sim racers out there, because I don't believe that's the case. Just like you said a minute ago, Kane, I don't think it'll impact the series much at all. And I agree with that 100%. I don't think it's something we'll notice at all. But it is there. It's a precaution, especially as the sim and technology advances down the road. It's something that I'm really happy that they're applying to the sim now as it continues to grow into the future. So that's some pretty cool news. It's not huge news necessarily, but it is big news as far as the long-term time goes with this sim. This still, to me, guys, is the best sim on planet Earth. And nowhere else can you go and have a multiplayer race experience like you can right here on the iRacing sim. Yes, I know, free plugs for iRacing, right? But it really is. It's an incredible sim. And I'm just so proud that we're able to broadcast for the greatest group of guys in that sim here with the V8 Supercars. This is an incredible community of guys, and we will support them until the end of time. And that's it, man. That's we got a lot of big things coming up. We're going to finish up next week with our big race at Bathurst, guys. Please don't miss out on that. Mark your calendar. Do whatever you have to do to make sure that you guys come back tonight. I want to thank all of our live viewers. And before I do close out,
Might mention that we got some stuff going on a little bit later as well. You and I gotta hurry up and get to bed.
There's several things that I wanted to get to, so I'll do them kind of fast. That is correct. In a few hours, Kane and myself will be doing a little bit of broadcasting for the V8 Supercar Online Premiere Series. And Kane has more details on that than I do, so I'll let him fill you guys in on that, because even though I'm a part of it, I'm terrible with spilling out details, as Kane knows. But yeah, you're not going to miss that. Kane, tell them how they can watch that.
Yeah, you just tune in right here on the V8's online YouTube channel at about 6 hours or so from now, and yeah, the V8's Cups will start to take shape, as tonight will be the very first time we have different cars that will be leading up to the big endurance race. And we'll be broadcasting one of those shows. We'll be broadcasting the Carrera Cup or the Star Mazda Series, one of those that are leading up to the V8 Cups race, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
It is going to be loads of fun. Very excited.
It's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for us, though, so it's we're really going to have to wake up. It might be a little groggy, but it's still going to be cool.
It'll be wonderful. That's right. We'll if you want to hear an interesting broadcast, no, I'm just kidding. It's going to be good. It's just going to be really early. It's going to be good, though, I promise. My voice does sound a lot different in the morning, though, don't it, Kate?
It does. But only at the beginning, though. Usually by the end, you're fired up.
That's right. I better get some sleep, though, or I ain't going to be fired up at all. But I had one more thing that I wanted to bring up, and this is for our real world racing fans. I have been so trying to get our other endeavor, our real world racing show, back up and running. Kane and me are really determined to get our show all jacked up, back going. So I know it has been on hiatus ever since week 5 of our 5th episode, and we have discussed it, and it is coming back, and it is not coming back next season. It is coming back this season. In fact, you need to be looking for an episode real soon. We're going to have this thing up and running for the chase so that we can kick out the 2015 NASCAR season in style with All Jacked Up. And that show is not going anywhere. In fact, it is going anywhere but away. It is going up. And we're going to be excited to bring that to you as well. So, guys, stay tuned. You can hear more information about that on this broadcast, as well as our Facebook page that's for All Jacked Up, which all you have to do is go to Facebook and like us at All Jacked Up. So please do that. And I think you guys, yeah, you can go listen to our old broadcast at alljackedupradio.com. And that's ALLJAKD upradio.com. And guys, I really think you're going to like the product that we put together there. It is absolutely wonderful. We had some help with John Ryan, a good friend of ours who actually is hands-on in the pits at the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, as well as in the Xfinity Series, and sometimes in the Sprint Cup Series as well. And we've had him on as a guest several times in the show. But it's just an incredible place to go for real, for your NASCAR news. It's incredible. And we're going to be bringing an episode really soon. We're going to try to get one done it'll be available to you guys hopefully by Monday or Tuesday. Hopefully, like I said, check on the Facebook page or on our actual website, which is www.alljackedupradio.com, guys. Thank you so much again. Once again, congratulations goes out to Ethan Galt for a win here at Watkins Glen. What you got, Kane? I hear you chiming in.
Yeah, well, you mentioned real world racing, and as soon as you said that, something popped up into my head, and I do want to just take a second to give our condolences to Justin Wilson. I mean, what a disastrous accident that was, and man, so saddening to see such a great driver, great all-around race car driver. He's drove so many different things and done so well at it. We lost a great driver this week.
That is such a tragedy, and I think that's going to be definitely a part of the next All Jacked Up show as well. I think that'll be something that Kane and me have to discussion about, because that's pretty big. No, it's not pretty big. That's a big deal, and I am just so sad that the racing community has lost another incredible person, and the world has lost an incredible person. So, guys, keep that on your minds over the next few weeks, and just remember, especially a lot of the guys out there that do race in the real world. We have a lot of friends on the sim that do real world racing out there, and you guys be extremely careful. It's an amazing sport. I love auto sports, but you got to be careful. And
it is dangerous, and I think every race car driver knows when they get behind that wheel that it is dangerous, and they take that risk, especially IndyCar Formula One drivers where they are exposed like that. But
and those speeds are insane.
Still a tragedy, and in that case where the mistake wasn't even his, really a tragedy.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much again. Once again, thanks to all our viewers out there on YouTube. Guys, remember, if you've been watching the show, whether live or watching it at a later date, please remember to subscribe to our page, our V8's Online right there, and also like the video, help it get out to more race fans, and that will help our show out so much. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back 1 week from tonight as we get ready to close out our 2015 season 3. Don't miss it. You're going to be mad at yourself if you miss it, I promise. Thank you so much. I'm JD Smith, Kane Craft with me tonight. Y'all have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week for the big finale.
A little bit of contact there from Scott. He muscles his way past.
Contact. To the back of... Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line.